Alright, cool beans. So I've already moved over deck 2 and deck 3, and we're going to go ahead and get started with deck 1. So this is the crystal that was chosen for deck number 1. Now y'all already know, I don't know the name of this crystal, so please don't ask me because you're not going to get an accurate answer. I usually just go by vibes. Y'all already know. So let's go ahead and get started with this reading. Yeah, so when I was shuffling this deck number 1, I for some reason just had this feeling like something in me, I just felt like this sense of like fear and like this sense of like hesitation almost. It was like, I don't know what it was, but like I also heard the words like purge the fear like as I was shuffling for this deck. So I don't know if somebody is about to go through some type of like, I don't know, maybe like some type of like awakening process, or they're about to end up hearing something that they don't want to hear, or I don't know if they've got some fears coming up. But either way it goes, with deck number 1, I really just felt this need to just kind of like purge and kind of like stay away. I don't know what it is. Like it just, the energy that I'm getting from this deck, it's like I just don't want to be around you. Like that's what it feels like. Not me for you. It just like, that's just the energy. Like, you know how you don't want to be around someone or something like that, or like you just can't. It's just something about it. I don't know. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. By the way, I just want you guys to remember that not every deck has the same amount of cards because the cards fall out how they want to. And it's so weird. That's so weird. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, so basically what we have is we have the transition, which is basically, which is death in this instance, which is funny because that's funny because I just said like, I don't know if somebody was going to go through like an awakening process or like or something like that. But anyways, y'all got the, for whoever picked this deck, y'all got the transition card, y'all got the Page of Wands, and y'all also got the 3 of Pentacles. Now, wow, that's funny because like, what I feel like with this pull is I'm being guided to say that this is someone or a group of people that feel like the area that they're in, for some reason, it's not suitable anymore. What I'm kind of feeling is that it just seems like there's some things that need to just like fall away and like bleed out. Like there's just some things that no longer have, it's like they're no longer suitable for this environment, I kind of feel like, or whatever is in that environment it's no longer suiting that environment. And so what I'm hearing is that the environment has to purge itself. The environment has to clean itself and get rid of the things that are no longer serving it, so that when it's time to I don't know why, but I just heard the word reevaluate. What I'm hearing is like to reevaluate the people that are around you, reevaluate I'm hearing to like reevaluate the progress, or like reevaluate the process, like reevaluate the people that you're calling in, because I feel like the people that are supposed to be surrounding you are supposed to be helping you with some type of like transition, or moving on to like this different world, or like moving on to like this different shift, or this different place. What I'm being called to say is that what's sticking out to me right now the most, funny enough, is the 3 of Pentacles. Now, what I kind of feel like is that with this, for some reason, I don't know why, but I want to reverse these cards. I don't know what it is. I want to reverse them real quick. And the reason why I want to reverse them, I guess, is because I feel like with this, I'm getting a sense that there's someone who knows that they're going on to this other stage. They're scared. I'm sensing someone is scared. Like they're not sure what's going to happen. They're not sure if they have what it takes. They're not sure if they can go through this process. What I kind of feel like is that this, to me, feels like one of those awakenings that's not very pleasant. It feels like one of those transitions that is extremely uncomfortable, and you can feel it, the uncomfortable feelings like all over your body. Like, it's what I'm getting from this is like the people that are around you are making it a lot harder to go through this process. You could be constantly pouring out, you know, your feelings, your heart, your soul, you know, your energy out into these people and out into the wrong people, into the wrong crowd. I'm getting, because with the Three of Pentacles, like, this really represents like you being able to, you know, do your work, and people being in, it's like people are coming in to see what you have to share, to see what you have to offer, to see your work, to see the value that, you know, that you put in your work. Is like they're drawn to you. But for some reason, what I'm hearing is that the people that are coming to you, you don't, I feel like if they're not coming to you, they may be already around you. But what I'm sensing, to tell you honestly, you guys already know I don't sugarcoat anything, and I will never say anything to abuse you, and I will never say anything to, you know, purposely to hurt your feelings, or to purposely make you feel some type of way. I would never do that. You guys already know that. But what I'm sensing to tell you guys right now is that the people that are around you, they are not meant to be there. I'm hearing, you know, if you want to go through this process, if you want to make the process easier, to reevaluate who's around you and purge them out and let them go. I literally just heard the words, let them die out. And it doesn't mean like let them die, like literally, but what I'm sensing is like, let them go through their own process. You have to go through yours. And what I'm feeling like is that you're probably using too much of your energy trying to help them. And as a result of that, it's like you're not calling that energy inward. You're not calling that to you. And so it's causing a major imbalance. That's what it is. That's what it is. And what I'm hearing is that there's no need for you to be afraid of losing said people. You don't have to be afraid of losing them, because if they're meant to be around you, they're going to be around you. The crowd that you're calling in, what I'm hearing is let it be your soul tribe that you're calling in. If they're not a part of your soul tribe or your tribe or whatnot, it's fine. It's okay. But what we have to understand, or what you have to understand, is that this process is not something that should be, you know, determined by what people or how people value you. It doesn't, like, that shouldn't be, what is the word I'm looking for? That shouldn't be a factor, right? It shouldn't be a factor. Now, the thing about the Page of Wands is that this, to me, calls us to think about the things it's like, think about the things that we've been doing. Think about the progress, right? But the thing about the Page of Wands, to me, is that this calls, in my opinion, it's like a call of, in a way, like a call of action. But the thing is, though, I'm going to turn these back around. The thing about that, though, is that with the Page of Wands, especially in this deck, is that when you go through this transitional phase, when you go through this process, when you go through this rebirth, or whatever you want to call it, what I feel like is that you get a new vision as to what it is that you want to call in for yourself, and you start to reshape. It's like you start to reshape and like not rewind, but it's like you're rewriting something. It's like you take this newfound knowledge that from these lessons that you were in at one point, and now you're starting to kind of rewrite, you know, where you're going. It's like you're rewriting the story. What I'm hearing is that once you start to purge these things out, you can then start rewriting the story to the truth that you have now discovered. And what I feel like I want to say to that is that when you start to rewrite the truth, and you start to really step into that power, and you start to really step into this new world that you're actually going in, what I feel like is that you're going to then start attracting the people that are supposed to be there. And these people are meant to help push you and to nudge you forward. And what I'm sensing, honestly, is like there's like a tribe of people standing behind you. Like there's a tribe, I'm telling you, what I'm feeling, I'm getting a sense of like ancestors. Like what I'm hearing is like a lot of family. There's like a lot of family that helped you and that's still helping you. What I'm hearing is that your family is proud of you. I'm really, for some reason, getting a sense of like of ancestors, though. Like there are some people that are alive that are gonna get, what I'm hearing is that are gonna get ready to pass on. And I don't mean that to scare you. Please don't think that. But even if it doesn't mean like literal, this could mean that they're also about to go through their own awakening process. And so they're trying to help you, you know, because a part of their process is to help you so that they can reach theirs. Does that make sense? But then with this Page of Wands, it's like, yo, like, I'm being called to say, like, whatever this thing is that you see for yourself, I'm being called to tell you that you are now at a stage in your life where you're about to become mature. See, this is like, it's not the very beginning, but it's like you've taken all of these different things and it's like you're at the stage where you're starting to apply them now. So what I'm feeling like is now I'm being called to talk about this transition, this death. What I feel like is that this is really just kind of, what I'm hearing is that this is you re-emerging. You are starting to re-emerge and to really step into that, and you're starting to like lunge forward. And what I'm seeing for some reason is like, I just literally saw like a goat or like a ram or like some type of like horned animal, and it just like rammed forward and they just like went for the, like they just went head first. And what I'm seeing now is like I'm just getting a vision of like this land, and it's like on fire, but there's people riding horses and they're like headed straight for the fire. And what I feel like with that was very powerful. What I feel like with that is like they're headed right. And the thing about fire is like you can use fire to cleanse, right? Fire can be very cleansing, right? And the thing about fire too, for me at least, I don't know about anyone else, but for me, whenever I see like fire and things like that, I always for some reason think of rebirth, and I always think of the phoenix. Like the phoenix, I remember writing a haiku about the phoenix, and I remember it said something like, even the phoenix rises from the burning ash with wisdom and strength. And so what I feel like is that with this fire that's, you know, beneath your toes, that's getting your body moving, that's making you run, and it's like running on hot coals. And it's like when you run on hot coals, the whole point is like you want to make sure that you're running steady, or you're walking, you know, fast enough so that your feet won't burn, but at the same time you're taking your time so that you won't fall over and eventually burn your whole body. And for some reason, I'm not really sure why, but I'm getting a sense of like really heavy indigenous people. Like there's something like, I don't know, it's like I'm hearing like a calling, but this is more of like a test. Like you're being tested by ancestors. You're being tested by the tribe. Like I'm hearing the tribe is testing you. There could be someone who's doing like genealogy research. Wow, that came through really hard. There's someone doing some type of genealogy research, and I'm hearing to tell you that a part of your lineage comes from the indigenous Americans, the Aboriginal Americans. I'm being called to tell you that. For some reason, I don't know why, and I know that this is a very popular one, but I just heard the tribe of Cherokee, like I just heard that tribe, but I'm hearing to do more research on that, because there's a lot more history in that than what you're being told. So go deeper into that. I'm also hearing the word Shabta, not Choctaw, but Shabta. Shabtas, Shabtau, I think it is, or something like that. But anyways, I'm hearing for you to research that. I don't know what that means for you. I really don't know, but hey honey, just you know, if you want to research that, go ahead by all means. Well, anyways, now for those of you that don't know, remember that I get visions, I hear words, numbers, I get smells and stuff like that sometimes have nothing to do with the reading. So I'm not getting sidetracked, I'm just receiving a lot of messages, okay? So anyway, let's go back to what we're talking about. So basically what I feel like with this though is like I'm hearing take the stance. So I feel like with this, I feel like in order for you to emerge, what your guides, you know, are tasked, they're not even tasking you. If anything, they're just kind of like sitting back, waiting and like looking to see what's going to happen at this point, because they can't intervene or something. Yeah, something like that. Like they can't intervene. So what I feel like is that in order for you to really move forward, or in order for you to, you have to let everything else die. And what I'm feeling like is that, I don't know why, but I'm sensing like a lot of heat with this pull. There's a lot of heat with this pull for some reason. And I think like a part of your process, you may be like getting like a burning sensation. What I'm feeling right now is like I feel some type of like burning sensation in my chest and in my throat. So I don't know if someone's getting like over a sickness. I don't know if someone's getting over a sickness, or anything like that. But what I'm hearing to tell you also for some reason is that if you want to, you're more than welcome to drink some hot liquids, like some hot tea, if you want to help soothe whatever's going on. in there for some reason. I'm not sure why. And I also just heard add lemon to that. Whatever. You guys are triggering me. But anyways, there seems to be a lot of heat with this pile. And the thing is also, what I want to say is that you owe it to yourself to take the leap. You owe it to yourself to keep going. You owe it to yourself to reevaluate who it is that's around you right now. You owe it to yourself to call in the people that are meant to help you make this transition. You owe it to yourself, if anything. And I feel like with the Page of Wands is like, this is a time where I want to tell you that you're ready. Whatever it is, you're ready. What I'm hearing to tell you is that there really is nothing to fear. There's nothing for you to fear. You know, why is it that we fear the unknown when we are literally the unknown? We exist in the void. Like, we are existence in the void right now, literally. If you were to zoom out and you look at Earth from a satellite or a telescope or whatever, you will see that we are literally floating in space right now. And that space that's around, that houses all these planets and galaxies, is the void. Everything exists in it. You are the unknown. You are the obscure. You are the void. There is nothing for you to fear. You get me? And so what I feel like with that is like, you take this knowledge and it's like this fire you have, you know, it's burning. It's burning, and it's burning like right there at the pits of your gut. And it's time for, and I just really, I swear, like I just seen like a dragon, like, you know, the fire was like burning in the dragon's belly, and then it just kind of like pushed its head out, and then like a bunch of fire just came out. I feel like you're ready for it. I'm hearing that you are ready. There's nothing for you to fear. You have a group of ancestors standing right behind you. You have support standing behind you. There's something about you that gravitates people towards you. There's something about you. I'm telling you, there's something about you. And what I just heard is, let this be done out of love. Let it be done out of love. I just heard the word sensuality. This, you know, if you're not 18 or older, you should not be watching this video, so go away, please. But I'm gonna say this: it's like what I just heard, and when I got a sense of, like a sensation, it was like really like you might be. I don't know if this person is an Aries or a Sag. I don't think this person is a Leo, or they might be a Leo. But this is, for some reason, I'm getting it. This, for some reason, I'm sensing, I'm picking up a lot of. I'm picking up Aryan energy, but also like a lot of Sagittarius energy for some reason. And the thing about Sagittarius is that Sagittarius knows what it wants, and it knows where it's headed, and it knows where it's going. And Sagittarius waits for no one. A Sagittarius waits for nobody, honestly. Honestly. And the thing about Sagittarius energy is that Sagittarius energy is very wise. But it does not, even though it does what it does, and it benefits the collective, and it's not selfish, to be honest with you. Sagittarius energy, from what I've seen, is very selfless. And I'm also, by the way, Sagittarius moon. I'm not being biased, I'm just saying. So Sagittarius energy is very selfless, but at the same time, it knows what it needs to do. And so if, at that point, if you're slowing it down, you will get left behind. So what I'm hearing is that there's nothing wrong with you allowing yourself to go, because you are headed in that direction. And you will meet people along the way that are going to help you. Whatever this project you have going on, whatever you're doing, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Just do it. That's so funny. We have the Ram here. Courage, strength, pioneer. You are being guided to follow your heart and find the joy, intrigue, and enthusiasm for life. Look beyond the tried and true. You are on your own unique journey. Wow, look at that. There is no mountain too high or rugged for you. Forge ahead with stamina, determination, and self-love. That is so funny, because it's so funny because for some reason, the thing about Sagittarius energy is that it's lasting. Like, it's, to me, from what I've seen, this is not an energy that's short-lived. This is an energy that's very, it goes for the long run, honestly. And that's just from my own perspective. You know, I'm not an astrologer yet, but from my studies and from what I've seen in my own life and, you know, out in the world, Sagittarius energy is for the long run. It's got stamina, and it keeps going. But the thing about the Ram was that the Ram was the original, like, one of the original gods or something like that. anyways, so the thing about Ram, Aries energy, that's funny. So anyways, so the thing about the Ram too is that the Ram is a very strong hooved animal, honestly. And the one thing you don't want to do is get in the way. Like when that head goes plunging forward, you better move your ass out of the way. You shouldn't even be near this, this animal, if they're angry. I mean, you really shouldn't be around any animal when they're angry like that. But I'm just saying, like with the Ram though, like you really want to be careful, because when it goes head first, that's it. It's a wrap. That's it. So be very careful with that. But what I'm hearing is that the Ram for me is a very noble animal. It's very noble. It's very godlike. It's very courageous. It's very fiery. It can be very territorial. But the thing about that is that it's a very loving animal. It's very loving, when it's surrounded by, the right people. It's very protective. You see what I'm saying? It goes head first. It's not scared of anything. It's not afraid of anything. And so when you go through this transitional phase, remember, there's nothing for you to fear. Sorry, guys, if you hear anything in the background, that's my son. But there's absolutely nothing for you to fear. And don't you forget that. Like, have courage. You have the courage. And I just heard that all eyes are on you. I don't know why. True love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Start delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you. Wow. Didn't I just say I swear I said something along those lines. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. And what I feel like is that, look, whatever you see for yourself, don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, just say, look, like, this is what I'm doing. This is my project. This is where I want to go. This is where I'm headed. Can you help me? And again, the right people will start surrounding you, and you're probably one of those people who you don't like to ask because you don't like people to feel burdened. It's like you're one of those people who would much rather give help than receive it. What I'm hearing is that it's time for you to knock that off. Like, it's time for you to start receiving. It's time for you to start stepping into that. It's time for you to start purging that habit, because when you do that, you're selling yourself short every time. If you need help, speak up. And that could be what that burning sensation I got in my throat earlier was. It's like, it's time for you in that, wow, in the heart, yes, the heart space and the throat space. Look, whatever you feel, whatever it is that sets you on fire, whatever it is that you desire, speak up about that. That burning sensation was because time was up. It's time for you to start speaking. That's why I got that. How amazing. Mary Magdalene, the apostle of the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. It's a trend. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. And the thing is like when you find yourself at a cross, the thing about this is that I am the bridge between heaven and earth. And I feel like that reminds me of the cross, because the cross, when you look at the vertical line represents it represents the divine plane, or like the spiritual realm, and then the horizontal portion of it represents like the holos, or the Hyperions call it the holos, or the dream world, or this physical realm, from my understanding. And so when you find yourself in the middle of that crossroads, you got to remember that you're right at the place where spirit and the physical, where the physical meet. And I feel like at that point, what you have to remember is that you're having a human experience, obviously, but you are a divine being. And remember that because you are divinely guided, because you are a divine being, remember that there are other divine beings who are there to help you. And those divine beings are your ancestors. That's why I was getting that. You are divinely guided. I'm telling y'all ancestors are rooting for you guys. I don't know if y'all have been I don't know if you guys have been doing like your ancestor work, or if you guys have been doing like giving your ancestors offerings, but they are ready. They are pumped to help you. If you don't want to ask anyone in the physical realm for help, ask your ancestors. They are they are helping y'all. Come on. They are helping y'all. That's a word. All right. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Lemuria? Oh, I cannot read. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. That's so funny. That is so funny. Creating heaven on earth. And then you have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. I feel like if anything is that throughout this process, you're not only divinely guided, but I feel like your guides want to pour into you. They want to give you this knowledge. They want to help you, rejuvenate. They want to help you. They want to surround you with all their love and protection while you're doing this or while you're on this journey. And so the thing about retreat is like, what's calling my name right now is the word retreat. When you retreat, it's like you're surrounding yourself with things that make you feel good. You're surrounded by the people or the right people that are there to, in a way to kind of please you, because it's also about you. It's okay for you to receive. It's okay for you to take in. It's okay. It's okay, my love. It's okay. I'm hearing to put your guard down a little bit and let yourself know that it is okay for you to receive the things that you need in order to help you get to where you need to go. It's all right. You don't have to do everything yourself. You don't have to be that way, unless you want to be. But I'm just saying, like, if you want to start, and what I'm hearing is you can step into the more feminine nature of yourself by receiving. There's a balance. I'm hearing that the feminine aspect is off balance. It needs to be integrated, and the way you integrate that is by allowing yourself to receive. Dreams of abundance. Wow, it is safe for you to receive. See what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. Dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas. Oh my God. Answers and solutions. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you manifest your desires into reality. And then it is safe for you to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. So what I kind of feel like with that is like your ancestors may be reaching out to you through, through dreams, through symbolism, through numbers. You may be seeing the numbers 444 a lot, 333 a lot, 1111. You may be seeing those numbers. I know that when I see when my ancestors are in there, I always see 333 and I always see 444, something close to that. So what I want to say to that is that remember to take what it is that they're giving you. What our ancestors love to do is they love to put pebbles in their prints and let us follow that. Now that's metaphorical. What I mean by that is like they like to leave us clues and things like that. It could be like you could be having a conversation with someone, right? And then it just kind of sparks this idea, oh, that reminds me of my grandma, or that reminds me of my granddad, or something like that. And then you just it's like you start to get these ideas like, wow. And you start to really remember this person and you start to feel their energy. And the next thing you know, you're connecting with them. They're on your, ooh, that was a lot. Next thing you know, they're on, you have your own altar for them. So just remember that it's okay for you to receive the things that you want. And remember, there is nothing that is off limits to you. If you want it, there's nothing wrong with you to go. There is nothing wrong with going for that. What I'm also seeing is the color green. Now, it's so funny because I obviously have plants here. I'm talking them all a minute, guys. Forgive me. But the thing about green is that it's very abundant. Like, this planet is full of green. This planet is full of plants. And, like, they are so abundant. Like, honestly. Like, this world is so amazingly abundant that it's a representation of the fact that what you want will never run out. And so don't be afraid of it running out. Don't be afraid of it spilling over. It won't spill over. It's always going to be there. You as a divine being have the power to adapt. So adapt. It's not going to run out. It never will. Use your divine inspiration. Use your divine spark to always lead you and guide you, and you will always be abundant just because of that. And we have Merkaba. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. What I kind of feel like about with this though is that what stands out to me the most is that when it says the frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. What I feel like is that with that right there, the thing is like wherever you feel like you're going, you more than likely have been receiving visions of it. And if you have not, you are more than welcome to start to tap into what that looks like. Tap into this world. Like literally tap into it. Write it down if you want to. If you want to write it down, if you want to script, and I can do a video on scripting if you want me to, but you can script literally in order to manifest, in order to bring that in. And in addition to that, since we are talking about fire, you can script, and then after that, you can then work some candle magic, work some fire magic, and see that, oh, excuse my, I almost cursed, but see that unfold. I'm telling you. And when you're doing that, remember to ask your guides for help, because they want to help you. And that's honestly what that reminds me of, to be quite honest with you. So, yeah. And then it says it activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well. The thing about that is that, remember earlier when I was saying something about that your guides have wisdom? I think I might have said something like that. But if I didn't, anyways, your guides have so much knowledge, because at that point, the fact that they're our ancestors, they're evolved, they're more evolved than we are, right? And so they hold so much information that we have access to. That's what that reminds me of, because remember, everything in these cards are symbolic. Remember that. For those of you guys that know me, y'all already know that everything is symbolic, okay? But anyways, your ancestors have access, you have access to so much of your ancestors' information. Again, there is nothing off limits to you. Sometimes you may have to look for it. Sometimes it may be a little bit difficult, but rest assured, if you look in the right places, you'll get what you need. You'll get the answers you need. And then be true to yourself. You may not ever understand what's going on in their life, but you can always figure out what's going on in yours. Tally-ho, the universe. Wow, that reminds me of something that we were talking about earlier. Like, don't worry about, it's not the fact that you're not being selfish by not pouring into everybody constantly. Remember, you are also on your own journey. Focus on you. Right? Focus on what it is that you need. Again, remember, you're probably one of those people that would much rather give than receive. It is your turn. Allow yourself to receive. Talk to your ancestors and your guides. Remember to ask for help whenever you need it. And the people that are meant to be around you on your journey will be around you. Allow yourself to transition. Let go. Don't be afraid for what. Okay? That is a word for my number ones. Oh my goodness. Ooh, jeez. Man, so let's go ahead and go on to our deck number 2. And here is occupational hazard, remember? Alright, so. Ooh, here we go with deck number 2. And of course, well, I know what this one is, amethyst. If I did it, we were going to have a problem, but amethyst. What I feel right away with this deck for deck number 2, I feel like I want to say that get ready to leave. You're about to journey into some higher knowledge. Wow, you're about to... The thing about the amethyst is that the amethyst is a very good beginner crystal, and it's a very good advanced crystal. And there's so many different types of amethyst, but I'm not even going to talk about that because, for one, I don't remember all their names, of course. But that's neither here nor there. What I feel like with this, though, is that it really reminds me to connect with our higher knowing. It really reminds me to connect with the cosmos. It really reminds me to connect with with the knowledge that we have access to. And what I kind of feel like, for some reason, I'm getting a sense of like ascendant masters for some reason. And one of the ascendant masters that for some reason that I'm hearing of is Thoth. I think that's how you pronounce the name, is Thoth. Thoth. Wow, Thoth. Like, that's the name specifically. And I'm getting a vision of someone who's like sitting cross-legged. I don't know if this is Thoth, but I could be wrong. I don't know. You guys can check me in the comment section. But I'm getting a vision of someone who's like, or something, whatever this being, like literally sitting cross-legged. And behind this being, there's like, it's nothing. Like, this being is sitting in a dimension, and they have on all white, and they have a high ponytail, and it's hanging down, and they're like meditating, and they're just like sitting there. Wow, this is very vivid. And like the back of it looks like it's like different colors, but I don't know if you guys have ever seen like watercolor. like galaxy watercolor. Like that's what the background looks like, and this being is not supported by anything but its own will to float. So what I'm getting a sense of is like there's what I'm hearing is the word guru, but that's just how we describe this person. But it's not like this person wants to be called that. But what I'm hearing is that this is a very small amount of people that are stepping into this type of energy. And the reason why they're stepping into this energy is because there's something about them, there's something about their journey, there's something about what they've seen, what they've done. They're choosing to step into this energy because they know that if they step into that everything else will fall into place. What I'm getting a feeling of is like whatever is in front of you is not meant to be there. Like you're not meant to indulge in that anymore, because I don't want to say it's beneath you, like you're better than everyone or anything like that. It's not that. It's just you've transcended beyond the need of these things, or you are transcending beyond the need of these different types of things. And what I'm getting a sense of is that you don't need this anymore. Like you've already gone through the process. And what I'm feeling something. It's like filling my whole apartment. And you guys know I'm pregnant, so you know I like to protect myself at all times. Like this is not a threatening energy, but this energy for some reason is like it's like all over. It's like it's everywhere. Like I'm not even kidding. Like it's filling up my whole apartment. It's filling up the whole apartment. And what I'm feeling like right now is this loving energy, this high vibrational energy. Now you guys already know I am not a person that, promotes all love and light, and the reason for that is because I believe in integration. But what I'm hearing, what I'm sensing, and I'll be honest, is that this being is so evolved that it doesn't need either of those. It is all of it intertwined in one. And it vibrates so high that it is no longer bound to the third dimension. It's beyond that. Wow, this energy has been around obviously we've all been around for infinity, but this energy is so heightened. This would be like one of those people you see walking down the street and you can just feel their energy, and you just feel that you don't feel that they're better than you and they don't feel that they're better than you, but you know that they're transcendent. You know by the way that they speak that this person has transcended beyond this realm. You know that. Like this person is extremely cosmic. This person has indulged in the mundane human life, but no more. That's where you're headed. That's where you're going. It's time for you to step into that divine knowledge. It's time for you to step away from the things that are in front of you because they no longer serve you. They are not serving you. You're not going to need those where you're going. You ever heard the phrase, you can't take it to heaven with you? You're not going to, I'm telling you, like what I'm hearing is that I'm leaving the material world behind. Meaning that you may be a person that has a lot of assets. You may be a person that has a lot. I haven't even opened your cards yet. Damn, that's crazy. Anyway, you may be a person that has a lot of these things, but they are meaningless to you. And the reason for that is because you know that you're more secure in spirit than you are in the material realm. You are more secure in the unseen than you are in the seen. Even though you can call in what you want in the seen worlds, still it's not anything that affects you or that keeps you bound to the matrix. I'm hearing someone is about to exit the matrix. Wow. Damn. Wow, that's fucking wild. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Y'all gotta forgive me. Wow, look at that, the 10 of Swords. What did I say? Wow, the 8 of Cups, get out of my face. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Emperor in reverse. I'm telling you, right away, what I feel like is that this person, whoever this person definitely is at a place where they are no longer, it's like they have nowhere else to turn but to leave. They can't do anything but leave at this point. Wow. That energy is strong. And the thing is like this person is literally letting go of their identity. Wow, the things that that once made them who they were are no more. The things that gave them value, the habits that aided them in finding that value, they're no more. You don't need that anymore, because where you're going, you're not going to need it. Normally with the emperor in reverse like that, this, to me, it usually means like a chaotic identity, or someone going through like an identity crisis, or someone like losing touch with like, you know, the material reality, or like they're losing it, they can't keep it together anymore. Or sometimes the emperor in reverse sometimes reminds me of someone who is, you know, using or abusing their power. In this sense, it has nothing to do with that. In this sense, this is someone who is literally having an ego death. Like their ego is like being shattered. It's like when you take a trip like off of mushrooms or something, when you trip off of like 5 grams of mushrooms or something, or however much you take to, if you do, I'm not promoting the use of any type of psychedelic. I'm just saying, again, I have to say that strongly. I do not promote the use of any type of illegal substance or any type of psychedelic, okay? What I am going to say, though, is that being a person who has tried psychedelics, this reminds me of an ego death. And even though this person may not be under the influence of psychedelics, it's kind of like that. It's a, wow, that's what that vision was that I got earlier. It was also kind of like a psychedelic trip, where when you go through like, and I haven't done it yet, but from what I've heard and from what I've studied, is that you do end up finding yourself in these different dimensions, and you see that there are different dimensions, and all of them are, you know, they're all realms of creation. Because creation is all there is. Creation is absolute. Creation is infinite. And so when you start to really, like, when you start to trip off of certain things, or when you start to access, you know, these informations, you then have access to these different beings who hold information about the world or about the universe to you. What I'm hearing is that this is somebody who wants to understand the truth about what they are, where they are, why they're here. This is someone questioning their life. This is someone questioning who they are. This is someone questioning where, this is someone who has a lot of questions. And what I'm hearing to tell you is that you're about to find them. You are about to find them. Honestly, that's crazy. And the thing is too, though, with the emperor in reverse like that, and with the emperor in reverse, and with the 10 of swords, to me, what this means is that the only way to understand and to gain the answers is that you have to lose yourself to find simplicity. You have to lose yourself to find simplicity. You have to let these things go in order to find the answer that you're looking for. The thing is about the thing about the 10 of swords to me is that this is a new mindset. This is basically you saying, you know what, this is right now, this is all that there is. I'm not even going to force it anymore. I'm going to let it be what it is. I'm going to let this be exactly what it is. And the thing about the 8 of Pentacles in reverse is that now it's time for you to focus. Things are happening. There's so many different things that are going on that is in a way kind of like trying to stray you from where you're going, and they're kind of distracting. But what I'm hearing is that your higher mind is more powerful than that. Have some compassion with yourself. Allow yourself to cool down a little bit. Allow yourself to go through this process, and know that if you allow yourself to go through this process with fear, you are going to have a bad trip. You're going to have a bad trip, meaning that the process is going to be more scary. If you are someone who is going through another awakening process, and you are transcending this world, remember that if you are doing this in fear, I'm telling you, you're headed to this place, and there is nowhere else to turn. What I'm hearing is that you're going to go through this because it's written in the stars for you, whether you like it or not. This is what you came here to experience. So either you can smooth the ride out, right? You can sweep away the gravel and then drive and then allow yourself to get to where you need to go, or you can keep driving on this bumpy road. It's time for you to change. What I'm hearing is for you to change the course. Change course. Allow yourself to what I just heard was allow yourself to die, because what you're doing is you're not of this world anymore. You cannot allow yourself to constantly be of this world, because you are transcended beyond that. What I'm hearing is to research what it is that you need to research or whatever to help you get to where you need to go. You can, and you can if you want to. You don't have to. I will never tell you what to do, but it will be wise, in my own, humble opinion, in my own little I'm just going to back off because I really can't even put my opinion in it. So I'm just not even going to go there. But what I'm hearing is that it's time for you to start to doing like the research and whatnot to help you get to where you need to go. Also, what I'm hearing is that there is something about you people will follow. People will follow that. You are no longer bound by your ego. What I'm hearing, I just swear, like, I'm not trying to attack you, but I just heard that this person used to have an ego problem. The thing is like, we never really lose our egos, honestly, because our egos is like a tool that we use to help us maneuver around this reality. But you are transcending the need to be bound by your ego. You are the one controlling your ego. You are controlling it. You're the controller. You're the creator. And so at this point, you're no longer submitting to that ego, but you are the one controlling it in a way. Does that make sense? Right? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like you're not being guided like by these emotions and by anger and by all these different things. If anything, you are at such a high vibration. You are at such a place of knowing that you know how to make the ego work for you and not against you and for the collective. Do you get me? Wow. Wow. I don't even really want to... Sheep, compassionate, gentle, youthful. You are being guided to have gratitude for all that is in your life. Begin today to walk your new path. Walk your new path. Remove any unproductive relationships and connect with your authentic self. You are a kind and compassionate person who shines brightly. What I kind of feel like with that, to me, is like when the Eight of Cups kind of reminds me of leaving and going somewhere where you can really connect with the self, where you can really connect with who you are to your core. And what I feel like is that with this is like, it's time for you to understand that when you're at this place of like this quiet place of like meditation, when you're meditating or whatever, I feel like at that point you can really connect with yourself, but connect to your true desires, and not even really just your desires, but really just to connect with your inner visions is what I'm hearing. Like, connect with your visions. What do those visions look like? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm hearing that it's time for you to start accessing the knowledge as a creator is what I'm hearing. Wow, this is wild. Like, somebody's going through a crazy ass process right now. Right? And the thing is that it says, remove any unproductive relationships that connect with your authentic self. Whatever it is that's not working for you anymore, it's not going to work for you anymore. Like, these things that once gave you meaning and value, you no longer find value in that. Right? You no longer find value in that. And because of that, it's like, I need more. And because I need more, there's nothing in this material domain that can really give me that, so I'm on to something different. I need a new path. That's wild. Receptivity, cycles, and rhythms. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. What I kind of feel like with this, though, is that this is really a time for you to just be, not only really just be open, but what I'm hearing is that you are on a journey also back to you. You're on a journey back to the true you, because who you were before is no longer fitting. You're not fitting that anymore. You're evolving. This is more than just, this is more than just evolution. This is transcendence. Like, someone is transcending. Like, I'm telling you, transcendence. If I could wrap up number 2's reading, it would be transcendence. Right? And it's like these cycles and these rhythms, the way that the ocean, tickles the toes of the sand when it pulls up into it. You see what I'm saying? I feel like even with that, like, there's a rhythm in that. The fact that when there is a full moon, she pulls the seas close to her and her reflection kisses the seas. I feel like with that is also a cycle. That is also a rhythm. And so what I feel like is that these natural rhythms is something that I feel like you are called to honor. If you're in a cycle or a time where it's time for you to leave, or it's time for you to reevaluate the people that are around you, kind of like in our first group, it's time for you to start to reevaluate that with divine knowledge, with divine understanding, and say, look, these are no longer good for me. I am leaving. I am going. I am transcending. I cannot take you with me, and I'm not going to try. And that is okay. Honor that. Allow yourself to receive the wisdom that the divine is trying to give you. The thing about this amethyst is that this is a very, very cosmic. This is very cosmic. The energy of it is very enlightening. The energy of it is it's very clear, it's very focused, it's very, very, very wise. I'm telling you, it's very wise. And I feel like with this is that, again, allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. Honestly, when you start to allow yourself to receive, you start to receive different types of knowledge, coming from different sources. There is wisdom everywhere. There is wisdom in a baby's cry. There is wisdom in a cat's leap. There is wisdom, in a tree. Like, there is wisdom literally everywhere. And you, as a divine being, understand that, because it's because of you that this world is possible. Right? And so you leave your prints everywhere to remind you of your divinity, to remind you of of what you are, where you are, and why you're here. Remember, we are birthed from the cosmos, but it's because of us that the cosmos is even possible. We are the multiplicity that make up the all. The all would not be possible without us. We collectively make up this dream world. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna preach about that right now. But anyways, allow yourself to receive and to be open to this knowledge that is everywhere. You get me? That's crazy as hell, because I was gonna say too, because Buddha came through and I was about to say that. That's why Green Tar, the Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. Again, if you know for a fact that it's time for you to go, that this is not working for you anymore, follow that. Because if anything, what it's going to do is going to lead you to the place where you're meant to be. Because again, transcendence, you are transcending, my love. Don't fight it. You can fight it all you want to, but you're just going to make it worse. You're going to make it, you're going to make it worse for yourself by doing that. Allow it to run its course. Allow yourself to just transcend. Allow yourself to be lifted. Right? Allow yourself to flow. Allow yourself to be that divine being. There's nothing wrong with you stepping into that power. And you know what? I'm going to bleed myself. I was one of those people that really, before I started doing readings, I thought that, it would never make sense. I thought that, there was something wrong with me. Like, I shouldn't be on camera. Like, I struggled with that, and I struggled with coming on here and giving messages to people because I felt like other people were better at it than I was, and that I didn't know enough to even come on here and do it. Listen. If you are divinely guided, and if you are a person who follows your intuition and who knows how to guide that, you do what the hell you want. Don't allow yourself to become limited by what's around you. You are beyond that. You are stronger than that. You are more than that. You are higher than that. Do not allow yourself to succumb to an idea that you have to fit a certain mold in order to get a certain result. No. Do it your way. There's nothing wrong with you doing it how you want to do it. And if you don't know enough, study. If you don't know enough, allow yourself to, again, pull wisdom from other places. What's stopping you from reaching the goal to that you want to reach is you. You are ultimately the one who is stopping you. Push past your own barriers and your own limitations, and I promise you'll get to where you need to go. And when you are on this journey of true enlightenment is not obtained by not thinking. True enlightenment is obtained when you start to understand what you really are. That is true enlightenment. That is true enlightenment. You hear me? When you ask questions, when you start to really think for yourself, when you start to do things your way, when you start to do things that make sense to you, while not harming yourself and while not harming other people, you have really reached true enlightenment, honestly. And to be honest, like, enlightenment is an ever-going process. Knowledge, learning and seeking knowledge is an ever-going process. Because you're always a student. We are always students. I am always a student. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say that. But anyways, Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. See what I'm saying? Infinity. Like, this is infinite. And when you transcend beyond this world, remember that we are bound by material laws. But the thing is that when you step outside of the material and when you start to go to the immaterial, you understand that it is even more abundant than a material, right? It is more abundant than this earth, because guess what? Earth is just like a little tiny speck, like barely even a tiny speck, as to what this universe has to offer. And when you start to reconnect with that divine knowing, you then understand that there is really nothing that, again, just like I told number one, it's like there's nothing that's off limits to you. And as long as you remember that you are a being that consists of sine and cosine waves and that you are everything, you are truly all you need. Where are you being called to journey to? The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Again, this is something that you have been doing, or that you have been on a journey to all your life. Literally everything that has happened to you has led you to that point. And so now, where are you being called? Where are you headed? Check that. Fact check that. Is that where you're supposed to be going? Okay, go. Where do you want to go? Do you feel like this is something that you're supposed to be doing? Okay, then do it, because you want to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. Quiet retreat. Have courage to ask for and accept help. It's time to disconnect from the outer world. My God, what the hell? That's crazy. It's time for you to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Let me tell you, distractions. Let's get rid of those distractions. Let's connect with self. Let's go where we need to go. It's time for us to travel. It's time for us to go. It's time for us to travel. So if you're looking at traveling anywhere, fact check that. See, where you can travel to that, doesn't put yourself or others in harm's way. That's all I'm going to say to that. Have courage to ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength. It is accepting it as it is offered to you. As is accepting it as it is offered to you, sorry. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. And the thing is that you are God. So when you start to pray and ask God for help, what you are doing is you're praying to your higher self saying, hey, this is what it is that I need, that I want to get to. Can you please help me with that? You speak to me. I feel like the way I pray is I really just have a conversation with myself, with the divine. You feel me? With my ancestors, with my soul family, or with my cosmic family. Like, that's what I do. And I say, hey, this is what it is. And it's so funny because it's like we ask for help, but remember, you're in this realm, right? It's more than likely not going to fly out of the sky. It's not going to fly out of the sky. And more than likely, you're going to run into the people that are going to help you, right? Accept that. Bam. Miracle. That's funny. Miracle. 33. Look at that. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. The thing about that's so funny, because the thing about the number 33 is that it definitely does connect to the Ascendant Masters. This is Ascendant Master energy. I'm telling you. Like, this is Ascendant Master energy for this person. What I'm hearing is that to believe it. Just believe is what I'm hearing. And then act on that belief. The frequency of a miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. The thing is that you as a creator, you're a part of source, but you are a part of what makes up this source. Remember that. Anything is possible. Man, that's wild. Things are about to get really juicy. A little heads up on an addiction that affects all really old souls. Giving love eventually becomes an even greater need than receiving love. See, you're not strange. Love the universe. The thing about this too, though, is that with this pull, what I want to say to you is that wisdom, again, comes from everywhere. You are transcending. And when you start to transcend, you can then pour that knowledge out into the universe, and those that need it will follow. And that is an act of self-love. When you start to realize in your power and your potential as an infinite being, as a wise being, understand that, again, that wisdom can be poured out and projected. That way others can follow so that they can transcend. Man, best of luck to you, my love. Best of luck to you. Alrighty, sorry about that. I had to take my camera. We are on to number 3. I'm excited. I don't know why I'm excited to do this one. Wow, number 2 is a word. Jeez, y'all had a message before I even pulled those cards. Alright, here we go. So for our third deck, we have, I don't know what this is. Is this like a raw clear quartz or something like that? I'm not really sure, but it's something. I really want to say it's a clear quartz. So basically with this, I feel like I want to calm down first of all. Yeah, I'm gonna burn some Palo Santo because I really feel a need to like calm down and like get some inner peace here, because for some reason, like I just need, for some reason with this pull, I need to clear the energy and to invite more positive energy in. I mean, all the energy is positive, but what I mean is I just need to calm the energy, because the energy was very intense just now. Sorry about that. My camera stopped again because it can only record for so long. So here we go. This is our deck number 3. So basically with this pull, I just really feel called to say that there's need to like empty out, like, and clear the mind to regain focus for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but I just kind of want to dive into these cards. The Lovers. Wow, of course, decision making. Okay. So we have the Lovers upright, we have the High Priestess, and the 3 of Wands in reverse. What I want to say to this real quick with you guys for my soul chart that picked number 3, I really am called to tell you that why are you second guessing yourself? There's no need for you to second guess yourself. There's no need for you to fear not having. There's no need for you to think that what you feel is invalid. You have an untouched power that you have the ability to start accessing now. You have a divine knowing that you are not tapping into, because you're more than likely someone who is so used to second guessing themselves. What I'm hearing is that if you would only allow yourself to just step into that power, you wouldn't be lost. What I'm hearing is that it's time to reevaluate your own understanding of who you are and where you're going. But the thing is, though, is that with this, what I'm hearing is that you are more than likely a person that is gifted. Wow, I'm hearing that you're a person who's gifted, but you're not. For some reason, it's like you don't believe that. What is it that you're questioning? Like, I feel the need to just question, to ask questions for some reason. Like, I'm being guided to ask, what is it that you're having trouble with? I'm hearing decision making for some reason. I'm hearing that you're not following your intuition. The decisions that you're making, you're making them out of it's like you want to make them out of intuition, but you're trying to rationalize it, which rationality is good, obviously. But what I'm hearing is that you're trying to make it logically make sense at the time. But what I'm hearing is that by you doing that, it actually, what you're choosing is not making sense, because you're going against that intuitive feeling, trying to make it logically make sense. When logically speaking, what I'm hearing is for you to make that decision based off of intuition, and then the answer will reveal itself later. Because when you are trying to see, the thing is that you always want to make sure, because everything is rational. There's a rational explanation to everything. You guys remember, I am a person, I love tarot, I love oracle, I love all that stuff. I'm very spiritual, but I also believe in rationality, okay? What I'm going to say is that you can make a calculated decision, that's fine, but sometimes when that knowing is for some of us, or most of us, when we're not making a decision out of intuition, it will not logically make sense at all, to be quite honest with you. So what I'm hearing, and I'm going to stop saying all that, what I'm just going to say is that allow your high priestess, your inner high priestess, to speak. She's trying to speak. There's a truth. What I'm hearing is that there is a truth that you're turning your eye to. Oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Why are you not believing it? The answer is right there. And even when it does logically make sense, what I'm hearing is like, why are you not accepting it? Like, why are you not accepting the fact that this is what it is? For some reason, someone's like relationship is coming through. If these are the things that are happening in your relationship right now, why are you not accepting the fact that this is what it is? It's not unfolding the way that you want it to. Right. I get that. And I don't mean to be abrasive. Like, I really want to just kind of come back, take a few steps back and be a little bit more compassionate with this. I feel like if there's someone who's in a relationship right now who what I'm hearing is that like they're at a dead end. Understand the reason why you're at a dead end with this person more than likely is because, I hate to say this, you guys know that I don't like, oh man, I'm just gonna say it. What I'm feeling intuitively is that whoever is around you is not meant to be around you. Like, and I really do feel that. Like, I really, really, really do feel intuitively, wow, I'm hearing to stop lying to yourself. Like, I'm trying not to say it so that you don't feel attacked, so that you don't feel like I'm telling you to leave the relationship. I will never tell you to do that. But what I am sensing and what I'm hearing from guides is like, listen, you will gain more if you decided to let this go and stop believing that this is fixable, which technically it's fixable, but is the other person willing to fix it? If they're not, what I'm hearing is that then it's time for you to change course and it's time for you to leave. This, for some reason, and it doesn't even have to be just a relationship. It could be a work situation. If you know that intuitively you're done at this place, what keeps you there? Why are you telling yourself that you have nowhere else to go? You do. Why are you telling yourself that's a blatant lie? You do. You just don't know where, know how to leave. Say that. Be honest. I don't know how to leave. I need help leaving. I need support leaving this place, leaving this person, leaving this habit. I need help because what I see for myself, it's not coming out. I feel hesitant. I don't know what to do. I don't know how this is going to play out. Understand, wow, this is wild, man. Like, seriously. Understand that if you decided to leave, if you decided that this was no longer suitable for you, if this was not an environment where you can grow to receive the abundance that you were supposed to be reaping and sowing, it's time for you to leave it. It is time. This is an urgent message from your guides. We're not going to tell you what to do. I'm sensing a feminine energy that is in a relationship with a masculine energy, and it's time for that feminine energy to step up more into that goddess power, because the goddess is broken. The goddess within this feminine energy or this feminine being is crying to get out. She's like, listen, I need to be freed. I need to go. This is not a place for me. I need to leave. And your guides have been telling you that. The signs are everywhere. What I'm hearing is that there is no need for you to refuse the truth. Stop refusing it. Stop deflecting it. You know, that's what I'm hearing. Like, I'm hearing stop deflecting it. Stop deflecting it. You wanted help, we're helping you. You're asking for help. Just because it's not what you feel like you want, is it what you need? What do you need right now? Sometimes what you want is not what you need. And the thing, what I'm also hearing is that the thing about your intuition is that you can intuitively know when something's not good for you. But if you keep following your heart, oh, I want this, I really want to go, and your intuition's like, no, like, you need to go the other way. And you're just like, well, no, I want to stay. And you're just like, okay, well, you know what? If you're not going to make the decision of intuition, if you're going to use your feelings with this, okay, fine. But using your intuition is not the same as using your feelings. When you are using your intuition and paired with, you know, your intellect and rationality, you can then make a decision that's going to unfold a specific reality for you that's actually going to work and bring in the things that you deserve. When you are making a decision out of pure feelings, for example, hate, anger, frustration, sadness, it will more than likely lead you down a place that is very destructive. But see, the thing is that even with the Lover's card, is that for some reason I'm sensing is like, there's like this angel, like, I don't know why, but I'm seeing like a pink angel, like just kind of floating above. And I feel like this angel is someone or something. It represents something that is meant to help you, that you ask for, that you're not listening to. And I feel like with this energy, it's like this energy is meant to be a mediator between you and the opposing factor or person or whatever, trying to help you and lead you to where you want it to go. But it's like there's something that's making you stay. There's this attachment. What I'm hearing is that there's an attachment that needs to be broken. What I'm hearing is a soul tie. There's a soul tie that's prohibiting you from going to where you need to go. A lot of inner work, what I'm hearing, needs to be done at this point. Now, the thing is that if you want to call in love for yourself, love is not off limits to you. You see what I'm saying? What I'm hearing is that if you are not a person that too much cares about like the looks of someone or what they have or whatever, what I'm hearing is that you can set your intention to call in the type of love that you want to receive. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it do? Whatever. You get me? And allow yourself to work your magic around that. And or if you want something very specific, you can go ahead and you can script. I remember saying script, I think in my first and number ones, but like in this deck, remember in this deck, you can script, like allow yourself to script. What does this person look like? What is this person, how do they make you feel? Are you guys able to get through? Be very specific, very detailed. Otherwise, if you want to just set your intention for it, remember, the love that you want coming from the person that you're with now or whatever you want out of this one thing the thing or the person may not be for you, but the thing is. And so that thing or that person may be off limits to you, but the feeling is not. And so if you want to draw in that abundance to you, you can claim that. Unfortunately, this is just not the thing or the person that's meant to give it to you the way that you want. Wow. Also, what I feel like is that I want to turn these cards upright at this point, because what I feel like, when they're upright, I feel like at this point it's like you'd be so fulfilled and you'll be able to see the visions and everything that you called in. You'll be able to see because it's true to you. What is true to you? What do you see that I'm hearing for some reason the word liberation. I'm hearing the word liberation. Like, I want freedom. I want sexual freedom. I want mental freedom. I want physical freedom. I want financial freedom. I want all types of freedom, because those are not off access to me. I want to see this unfold. I want to see this manifest. I want to see this, trickle down into my reality. I want to see this. I'm hearing, what I just heard was to use your divine wisdom to get what you want. Use your intuition to get what you want. The thing about the High Priestess is that it is a representation of part of the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine is divine. It is divine feminine energy. It knows what it needs. It knows what it wants. It's all about death and rebirth. It's all about, it's about progression. It's about power, strength. You see what I'm saying? And what I feel like with the High Priestess also is that this is someone who has access to knowledge everywhere. And it uses that knowledge in order to manifest into the material world. But at this point, what I feel like is that this is a major decision that you're going to have to make. And that major decision is going to trickle down into every single thing. It's going to spill over into everything. Oh boy. To the people that chose number 3, I want you to know something, okay? I want you to understand, and I want you to know, and I want you to feel that you are wiser than you think, and you know more than you think you know. If you were to pull yourself back a little bit from the situation, from the person, from the thing, whatever it is, pull yourself away from that, spend some time away and see how you feel, if you want to. Spend some time away. Like, just take yourself away from that for a little while. Reconnect with your divine feminine energy. What is it that you like to do to connect that makes you feel feminine? or that makes you feel that feminine energy. This, what I'm hearing, I don't know why, and I know that this is super superficial, but I'm hearing like a bubble bath. This is not limited to just people who identify as women. Please understand that. What I am going to say again is that for some reason, I'm seeing like this like bubble bath, but I'm also seeing like a lot of like flower petals in the bath. Like I'm seeing roses, I'm seeing sunflowers, daisies, pansies, lilies. Like I'm seeing some tulips. Like I'm seeing so many different types of like flowers. And this is an energy that is calling in the feminine energy. This is not a man nor a woman, male nor female. This is someone who is calling in feminine energy. They are calling in the flowers of abundance. They are calling in seeds of abundance. They are calling these different things in. Understand that what I'm hearing is that if you were to choose to go away from this situation, you will receive a lot of the things that you've been waiting for, that you've been missing out on by being stuck in this situation because you felt like you wanted to fix it. You were trying to figure out different ways to fix it. But at this point, it's like you've been missing out on everything else that was in store for you because you've been too busy fixing on this. When this was something that you were supposed to take the lesson for what it was and then leave in order to get to what it was that you actually deserved. But that's just how loving you are. You're not a person that gives up so easily. This is not you giving up so easily. This is about you choosing you. Easily. Bison, abundance, success, personal power. Wow. You are being guided to be flexible. Go with the flow and allow things to happen rather than force them. See what I'm saying? Universal opportunities are stacked around you. Center yourself and resonate with your core values, and you will reap many rewards. The thing is though, like this is self-care. Like honestly, this is self-care and self-love. And it's so funny because we have the inner goddess oil here, and then we also have the self-love oil here. And the thing about the inner goddess is that the inner goddess knows her power. The goddess knows her power. She knows her strength. She knows that she's very strong. She's very deep. She's very magnetic, but she's very authentic. She's very magnetizing. Venus energy is coming out a lot, like is really coming out. What I'm hearing for some reason is that it's time to reevaluate the people that you're in love, the person that you're in love with. It's time for you to if I'm really hearing for some reason a relationship, it's time for you to reevaluate this relationship. Now, even if it's not like a relationship, with the person, this could be a friendship, this could be a work relationship, this could be a job, whatever, a career, whatever you are in love with, reevaluate what's happening, what you're doing in order to put yourself in the right course. Be flexible. Allow it to happen. Don't force it. See, the thing is that when you were so busy trying to fix it, you were trying to force it into place. But and it's not your fault. Like, I'm not saying that this is completely your fault because it takes two to tango. But what I am saying is that when you are like deliberately like trying to get something to fit that won't fit, it's gonna end up hurting in the end. It's like trying to put on that one shoe because you spent so much money on it, and your shoe won't, it's like your foot won't get into the shoe, and it's like, damn, like, well, I spent so much money on it, I'm not giving this away. It's like, look, listen, just take your foot out, all right? Return it if you can, and allow yourself to just wait a little bit to receive the right size. I feel like I want to say to this is that if you allow yourself to wait a little bit, don't settle. Like, why are you settling for what? Like, there's so many amazing things that are out there. You don't need to settle. When you are settling for something, then you are not fully getting the experience that you came here to get by settling for that. You don't have to settle. Oh, well, I should just be grateful. No, like, understand, there's one thing to be grateful for what you have, that's fine. But when you start to understand that you are shaping your reality, you don't have to settle. If something wasn't done right, something wasn't done right. I'm not telling you to be mean. I'm not telling you to be a B word. I'm not telling you to, to act that way. But what I am saying is that if this is not good enough for you, then it's not good enough for you. You see what I'm saying? Understand that you have access to so many other things that are good for you. And so accept those. This is your life. Love, this is yours. You are not wrong for not accepting something if it's not done right. Okay? I just thought that I should say that. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now, guiding children, and then blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. Wow. To be honest with you, with this guiding children, I really feel like I just really want to say to that, because that's a super simple message. I really just want to kind of say that it's like you're good at, just remember to allow yourself to guide the innocent part of you, because it's the innocent part of you that's being taken advantage of, is what I'm hearing. And it's time for you to guide it out of that and to place it where it needs to be placed, and to rejuvenate that part of you. It's kind of what I'm hearing. Listen to the inner child. What is your inner child saying to you? What does your inner child want? Why is your inner child calling out to you? Are you in this relationship because of something that happened in your childhood? Go into your subconscious, dive into your subconscious to figure out what it was that happened to you when you were a child, to see why you feel that you need to be stuck into this situation. Because more than likely there was something that happened to you. I don't know if it was a situation with the father. I don't know if someone is scared of abandonment. But this person is clearly still dealing with things that happened to them when they were a child, and it's starting to trickle into the relationships. That's what I'm hearing. It's time to revisit that, so that it can be released, so that it can be fully released, and so that you can fully recover from that. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process and do not give up. There's no reason for you to rush these things, right? There's also no reason to rush into new things because you're afraid of not having. Allow yourself to wait a little bit, to be patient. Just be patient with yourself. The process, it's not going to happen overnight. And there are times where miracles do happen. Something does happen overnight. From my understanding and my own research, it has never really happened like that for people that I've been around. But I'm just saying that allow yourself to just relax a little bit. When you start to rush into things because you're afraid, you're trying to fill that void really would never be filled by you constantly feeling like you have to rush into things. So if you are a person who is used to rushing and then taking things really, really fast, I'm here to say that if you want to, you can always try to wait a little bit, challenge yourself. I usually do it within this time frame. Okay, let the time frame go. Lilith, first woman, wow. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. Wow, look at that. Queen of the wilderness, the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. And the thing about these two though is that this is really just you connect. Wow, this is very sensual energy. This is you connecting with yourself. I'm hearing self-pleasure. In order for you to really know what you want other people to give you, you have to know how to give it to yourself first. That way, if the other energy is not giving you what it is that you need, you can say no to that. Wow. I'm telling you, this is connecting with the most sensitive parts of yourself, the most feminine parts of yourself. This is you connecting with your body, and I don't mean to sound very erotic, but what I'm hearing is that this is very erotic energy. You being erotic with yourself, that's all I'm going to say to that. But you being vulnerable and erotic with yourself, so that when it's time for you to do that with a partner, you know what it is that you like and what you want to receive. But this is also coming from a space of love. You're more than likely someone who cannot give your body to someone else without loving them first or being in love with that person first. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want, call that in. Wow. All right, sisterhood of the rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Damn, high priestess energy again, huh? Get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So this is you. I really feel like, honestly, is that the thing about going out into nature is that nature speaks to us when we listen. There are spirits and energies, evolved energies everywhere in nature. There are spirits in the trees. There are spirits in the leaves. There are spirits in the flowers. Everything is a vibration. Everything is a frequency. That, you feel me? So I feel like with that is that when you connect with that, with those, and remember, these are extensions of you. These are parts of you. And what I kind of feel like is that the thing about this is, I'm telling you, this is divine feminine energy waiting to be reawakened. Waiting to be rebirthed. Waiting. But the only way she can go is by freedom. The thing about Lilith is that Lilith knows what the freak she wants. She knows how to get it, and she is not ashamed of taking that. She is not afraid of reclaiming what's hers. So what I feel like is that I'm telling you, this goddess energy, she reclaims what belongs to her rightfully. My strength emerged when I stepped into my divinity and reclaimed my rightful place as queen. That's a fucking word. Excuse my French. But I put that in my book because honestly, like, that's what this reminds me of. Like, take back what's yours. Take that shit back, sis. Like, seriously. Like, I'm like, not even kidding. Like, take it back. Rewrite it. Just say, you know what? This is not good for me. I don't want it anymore. And so I'm headed into another part of my life, and I'm going to change the trajectory of my life by choosing me. By choosing what it is that I want, by choosing my knowledge, by choosing my womanhood, by choosing my feminine energy. For anyone that identifies as a woman or what have you, or even if someone who doesn't identify as that, this is, you know, for everyone who is looking to reawaken that divine feminine energy within them, because it's ready and it's waiting. Beauty, devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. This is someone who was, you know, who was beautiful on the inside, on the outside, you know, in every single way. You are beautiful in your own way, no matter what anyone says. I don't care if someone tells you that you're not. We don't care about that. We don't care about that, because true goddess energy knows no limits to beauty. I'm just gonna put that there. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Remember, what habits do you have that are keeping you complacent? Right? Codependency will never get you to where you need to go. Codependency is something that people have, you know, because I feel like a part of them wants to be fulfilled, and so they're codependent. It's like they're dependent on this person or this thing to fill them, when you don't need anything else. You need you. Be dependent on you and nothing outside of you. Right? No more complaining. Focus your priorities. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spirituality. Take back your God-given power by, see what I'm saying? Man, this is a word. Power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch the positive affirmations blossom into reality. That's crazy as hell. Because remember, earlier I said, like, I feel like I said that. No, it might have been with the second deck, but this is someone that wants to reclaim their freedom. They want to express themselves. You know, it's like, I'm telling you, like, all you have to do is say no or to leave this current situation for you to receive that. I'm telling you. And then we have focus on your priorities. Where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. What I feel like is that you have to make yourself a priority. You see what I'm saying? Make yourself a priority. Make a decision to step within your own power, because no one's going to do it for you. Don't become victimized by saying, oh, I can't do it. This person did this to me. This person did that to me. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Listen, reclaim your power and take it back. That's what you do. Women's empowerment, feminine energy empowerment. Honestly, allow yourself to step into that. There is no reason for you to victimize yourself, because when you victimize yourself, you are basically coming into a place. It's like the lack of power. When you are victimizing yourself, you're saying, "I am powerless." You are not powerless unless you say you are. So I just heard the words "get with the program." Like, yo, your guides are coming for you. Sorry, it's not me, it's your guides, man, seriously. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment and to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. And then enjoy your extra uniqueness. I'm not even, you know what, I am going to read that. Do you know what you've created? No, besides an intergalactically known saunter named after you. Inspiration in the eyes that have watched you. Hope in the minds that have admired you. And love in the hearts that have known you. But you might ease up on your sachet before someone gets hurt. Not bad, kiddo. Not bad at all, the universe. And what I kind of feel like is that this is you, honestly, really, this is a moment of empowerment. Like, you can take this and become empowered by your circumstances. Become empowered. Allow yourself to dive into the part of you that's unique. That it's like, use your beauty. This is gonna sound really crazy, but listen to me. Use your beauty to receive. Use your, it's like some people. Sorry about that, guys. So my memory card is full. But the last thing that I just wanted to say for deck number 3 is just remember that this is a time for you to reclaim your divinity. This is a time for you to reclaim the feminine energy that is within you, to awaken the divine feminine, and understand that the life that you see for yourself can be called in just by you stepping into that power, and by you magnetizing, your power, and you becoming a magnet for all that you want to receive. First, you have to step out of a place of disempowerment and reclaim your power. And when you step into that, and when you step into this place that is, that you are able to become expressive of your uniqueness and who you are, you can then start bringing things in for you that are going to work for you and bring you the life that you so truly deserve. Bring your visions to life. Bring the things that you feel, that you feel intuitively. Bring those to fruition. Allow them to materialize into this world. Do you see what I'm saying? Again, there is no energy off limits to you. Allow yourself to reclaim that by stepping away from the energies that are not working, that are going against your greatest purpose, and allow yourself to step into accept things and people that are going to get you to where you need to go. There's nothing wrong with that. You are not selfish. You are a goddess. Remember that. There is a goddess within you. There is a goddess within you. Remember that. Inner goddess. I'm just going to show y'all my beautiful oil here. There is a goddess within you. Remember that. Please do. Focus on you. You are a priority. Remember that. You are magic. Walk in that magic. There is nothing non-magical about you. You are a being of magic. Do you hear me? So, again, step into that goddess power. No matter what you identify as, there is a goddess within all of us, right? Also, the last thing that I want to say is that you can also then teach others through your experiences. I just heard that last minute. Teach others through your experiences, okay? I love you guys. I'm going to end this here. I'm so sorry about the quality of the ending of this video. Again, I had to stop and use an iPhone 8 Plus because because my memory for my camera is full. So I'm going to go ahead and start editing the video for you guys. Remember to like and subscribe. I hope this video made sense. If it did, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I really hope to connect with you all soon. You always can visit my my apothecary online, www.magicofeden.com, MAGICK of Eden.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magic of Eden. And yeah, I love you guys. Have a good day.